All right, guys, I want to welcome you to the Smart Music Business Podcast. I got my man Billy from Big Shot Beats with me today. He's a friend of mine that I met at Funnel Hacking Live a few years ago. And he's an award-winning producer. He's a father of three out of Toronto. He's a Christian as well. He's coached his membership of over 2,800 musicians. He's the co-author of the Beat Traffic Blueprint, and he's the host of the Golden Voice podcast. And as soon as he opens his mouth, you'll understand why his voice is pure gold. Welcome, Billy. How you doing, brother?
Boom! Yeah, this is Billy here from Big Shot Beat. Super excited to be on here for the opportunity to share some of my knowledge and experience on a struggle that I noticed that a lot of independent artists have when it comes to either not having enough time or money for the music career. So, if you're tuning into this and you want a different perspective on how to solve that by increasing your profits, well, you're in the right place, man. So let's get it.
That's awesome, dude. And dude, your voice is just, I'm sorry, it's boom. Like, have you done any, I know you make beats, but have you ever put any vocals on stuff before?
I
Like, have you ever
mean,
featured on stuff?
I did a few voiceover work and things of that nature, but growing up, it's basically the story of my life. But like growing up, high school days, people used to say, "Man, you should be on the radio." Like I used to mimic people on the radio, and
Yeah.
then now, I kind of took it to my podcast with my own kind of station kind of thing. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. I get that compliment quite a lot. So yeah, I'm
Nate
probably gonna
Dogg or
end that.
CeeLo voice, man. I love it. I
I
love it,
appreciate
man.
it, brother. I appreciate it.
Well, dude, what inspired you to start like helping independent artists and get on this journey, man?
Okay, so I'm a music producer, right? So I help independent artists make, mix, and market better music online. And you would agree with me that time is our most valuable asset, right?
For sure. Yeah, man. Can't make any more of that.
Exactly. So at one point in my journey, I was no shot Billy. Okay.
Okay.
And like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% on the shots that you don't take. So, you
Right.
know, I just at one point I was no shot Billy because I did not have enough time to make money. You know how you find yourself in a situation where you life gets in the way. You're working a job, you're making money, but you just working to make neat ends, and you don't have enough time to make any music. So you
Yeah.
know by the end of the day you get home and you're tired, you just don't feel inspired in anything, and you find yourself in that cycle every single day. The week goes by, a new one starts, and then you didn't make any music. Well, that was no shot Billy. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. You're,
So, at one point, I was working in something that wasn't related to music. I was detailing some cars at a shop, and
nice.
then I remember one day I was just scrolling through my phone. You know how you're at work. You had a job before, right? Like you're at work, you kind of checking your emails, and then you glance at something that catches your attention, right? Well, that was a pivotal moment for me because I saw something that said make six figures for the next 12 months kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and that put me on a path to discover something that was absolutely pretty amazing. All right. And the way that it switched it around, just to make it long story short, is that I was able to quit that job in just a couple months, and I put in my two weeks notice pretty early because in the beginning of me taking on that job, I said that it was going to be temporary. I wasn't going to be here for
Yeah.
years and long time. And then I ended up putting my 2 weeks, and that week that I put in my notice in, I made more money for the whole month with what I discovered, money that I could make online, right? And
Yeah.
versus the amount of money that I would make working for the whole month at that job at that time. So I was like, you know
Wow.
what? I'm out. You see what I'm saying? So
And
I'm
this
gonna
and what was that? Was that with music online or that was just like online marketing?
that was online marketing. So this is
Okay.
why, as well as I'm geeking out on the music stuff, I also geek out on the marketing stuff, just like
Gotcha.
you. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. For sure.
it kind of put me on the path. So my music was kind of on the back burner back then, but I was still finding ways to improve as a person and everything. But
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
discovered is what was a pivotal moment. So I'm just gonna explain the principle, and then we're gonna go a little bit deeper as we progress through this interview, right? So do you know of a company that is a cab company, but they don't own any cabs?
Uber, Lyft.
Isn't that interesting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna need another one. Do you know of a real estate company that doesn't own real estate?
Uh, yeah, there's probably a lot of them. I'm trying to think of one right now.
Airbnb, right?
Airbnb. Sorry, my brain. Yes, Airbnb. Verbo.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
principle here that we need to observe here is other people's assets. And when we talk
Yeah,
about assets, is something that can put money in your pocket and that can help you shortcut your success. So what I
right.
discovered allowed me to leverage off of other people's assets, right? It was
Yeah,
pretty crazy because I stumbled upon a method to have $1,000 per day online, and it also helped me stumble upon mentorship. And this is something that's that I take proud of because mentorship, coaching, investing in
yep.
yourself is what can get you moving a little bit
Big
faster,
time.
right?
I wouldn't
So
be here if it wasn't for coaching, man.
we wouldn't be here talking together even if it wasn't for me investing in myself, getting in the room, and all that good stuff. We'll go a little bit deeper on that. So I discovered that started to make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, even $6,000 per day online. It was great. Quit that
Yeah,
job, kept going and everything. But then I took a step back and I'm like, man, I need to bring back the music. Like it felt like something was missing. You know how you're working at a job, you don't have enough time to make the music and stuff like that, and you're like, man, something's missing. Like it just doesn't feel right, and you want music to be, the thing that you're generating income with, right? So
yeah.
I took a step back and I looked around. And I was like, man, I need to find a way to make the music, come through with that method. So fast forward to the point where I really got back on my path fully with the music. It's something that it allowed me to partner with companies, partner with brands, and partner with influencers. And this is where I'm talking about leveraging other people's assets. So I'm
Right.
able to not start from scratch. And in
Yeah.
many cases, even with the music, we start stuff from scratch, but is it really? Like sometimes we may get inspired from something that was already out there,
Right.
or just a sample or a piece of music, and then we create off of that, right? So
Yeah,
we're always
exactly.
kind of like leveraging other people's assets so that we can
Oh, for
keep
sure.
moving forward.
I was writing
So
to someone else's beat today, and it's just if they hadn't have created, I haven't leveraged their tools, then yeah, man, I fully believe that.
exactly. So that concept right there turned it all around for me, and this is what put me on the path to help artists, increase the time, buy their time back when it comes to creating music and increasing profits, so that they can invest back in their music business and continue to grow and move forward. So that's
Yeah.
really what got me into it, and just moving along with everything that I've been learning, getting myself mentorship, coaching, and everything. One thing that a lot of my mentors mentioned, and one of them we know because of the platform that we're using. He said, figure out a marketplace when it comes to online sales and stuff like that, right? Figure out a marketplace, ask them what they want, and just give it to them. Become a problem solver. So I
Yeah.
ask my own personal list, and thank God I started on my online journey by building my own email list, and just building my tribe as I'm moving forward, community and all that. And I ask them, what is it that you're struggling with? What is it that
Yeah.
that is a stumbling block for you? And a lot of times, what I notice is that time or money was always the issue. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so how did I do it? Because I also had that issue, and then it just become me being the problem solver with some of the stuff that I've figured out, and I'm here to share a little bit more of the stuff that I do to help solve that problem.
Yeah, I find like with the job thing, because when I was doing my 9 to 5, and I think I can't even remember when it was. I think it was 2004, 2006 was when I was starting to eventually leave my job. I went from 5 days a week to three, and then finally left. But like, and I would even say to artists right now, like, you got to make time though, right? Like, I was writing on the way to work. I was using my lunch breaks to write songs. I probably was using my work time a little bit more than I should have, which I probably need to repent for, which I have. But you got to make that time too. And it's funny when you say these things, it brings up a lot of memories for me, like working at night and stuff. And you're right, you are exhausted, and it's like, but at the same time, it's fun. Like I literally do remember falling asleep in the studio, like while my buddy was producing, because I wasn't the producer. I swear you're the producer, where
Right.
I'm more of a, the writer performer. And I literally remember waking up at, like, I don't know what time it was, and he was still working away. He's like, "Are you gonna go home now?" And because I was so tired from work, right? Like I just didn't have it in me.
Yeah.
Um, so I know you help out artists a lot, dude, and I've been wanting to ask you this. Like, you coach artists and you give a lot of song critiques, right? Like, don't you do that every week and stuff?
Yeah, I have a show
Really?
on YouTube, yeah, on the Big Shot Her Music YouTube channel where I come in every week and we do what is called a live song reviews and constructive feedback. So I review the music, it gets submitted every single week, and then I play the song, give artists an extra pair of ear to listen to the music on top of the community that's there to listen to the music as well. I broadcast and go live in multiple places, right? Facebook, Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. And then I give some feedback, right? Constructive feedback on the music, because that's what artists want most of the time. And
Yeah.
I notice as well, like they just want their music heard. So I created an opportunity for them to do that on that show. Yeah.
And is it beats, or is it like tracks, or is it the full
Full
songs,
songs,
or
yeah,
full
full
songs?
songs with lyrics and everything. I've had a lot of
Okay.
music producer come through. I might do that at one point, but yeah, we do full songs with we're recording tracks and everything on there. Yeah.
And what are you, I told you I was going to ask you a couple of questions, but I'm just curious, like,
No
what are
problem, bro.
you hearing, like the biggest like issues or the most common errors that you're hearing, or stuff that artists could fix?
So here's the issue. So it really comes down to what I want to share over here that can help, because the mix, like the quality of the music, and sometimes I come across songs that can be so great, but because the mix is not on point, it just throws everything off, and you lose your chances of putting your best foot forward with your music, because
Yeah.
you can make great music, but if the mix is not good, it just doesn't work, right? You still have
Yeah.
to come up with something that's up to the standards. And
Yeah.
when you're increasing your profits and you're able to invest either your time, because if you free up your time, then you have a little bit more time to learn about mixing and engineering, so that you can do some stuff on your music, or invest into somebody else, or outsource it to an engineer that is experienced, so that they can polish your sound and bring it up to the standards, right? And you're increasing your profits so that you can invest in those things, so that you can continue to grow as a music artist.
Yeah.
So this is one of the biggest problems that I saw, like bad mix, even though
Yeah.
the music is like great potential.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting you say that, because, like, it's one thing for an artist to, play you the song. And I feel like sometimes they're probably thinking like it's done. And like, it's fine if it's raw. If you're like, "Hey, what do you think of this idea? I need to finish it, but do you think this is like a good start?" Like, because I do so many rough demos and I send them to producers, but like, I know we're going to polish it. I just want to know, hey, is the idea even good? But that's just so beneficial. We'll make sure we put the links below everything to connect, for you to connect with people. But people don't
Definitely.
understand how valuable that is, to get other ears on it from an industry professional
Oh yeah.
that knows to take it from here to here. So what is this like unique process you're talking about in increasing profits and stuff, and making money here with music and whatnot?
Cool. So, like I was saying a little bit earlier, I went from being no shot Billy, not having enough time to make music, and then there was a transition that brought me to being Big Shot Billy, which is the new identity, and it kind of matches with my, my brand and everything. But just to make a long story short, is even though I started to have results and I started to having $1,000, 2,000, $3,000 days online and everything, I was still trading time for money. If
Yeah.
anybody tells you time is money, run far away from them, because time is infinitely more valuable than money, right?
Amen. Amen,
Because
brother. Preach it.
because you know what I'm saying? So time, you can't get that back, but money, you can get back that $5 back. You can get
No.
that 10, 20, 50, $100 bill back, but not your time. This is why it's highly valuable than the money. And it, my time was still being taken away from my music creation process. So I had to really assess everything and bring it back to the table in a more powerful way, so that I can be more impactful. So I had
Yeah.
to take a step back. I assessed everything and I started looking, okay, so what are some of the tools, products, and services that I'm actually using to build my music business online? And from what I've learned about leveraging other people's asset, it really started to make me a little bit more aware of not only what was going on, but about this concept of leveraging other people's asset. And this is where I started to not only identify the products and tools and services that I was using, but to partner with them, right? So to become a partner of the email marketing services that I use, the website builder that I use, the email marketing platform, SMS marketing platform that I use. So by doing that, the element that made the difference here is because each and every one of them has a monthly payment or a subscription attached to them that I pay monthly. So I was
Right.
like, man, these add up every single month. Like you have, if you're running a business online, and by the way, if you don't have a website yet, you need to get on that because this is one of the most important tools that you should use. And if you want to build an asset online that's really going to give you leverage and build your own data and your own traffic, is having an email list. Those are some of the things that I started early on when I started my journey online. And it really adds up. And I wanted to find a way to just cover all these expenses without having to pay out of my own pocket. Other people's assets, of course, because we all heard about other people's money or a few other things, but other people's assets it just makes it even more powerful, right? So now that I became a partner for all of these products, tools, and services, now I'm able to have my own unique link, my own
So you're talking
affiliate
about
link.
affiliate. Yeah, you're talking about affiliate links. So you get
Affiliate
paid
link.
for sharing these
Exactly.
awesome tools and softwares with people.
Right. That's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
now I grab my unique link because I became a partner with them, grab my unique link, and now I'm able to recommend that to other people like me that are running their business online. And this is where the magic happens. It starts to build passive income for me.
That's
So
right.
I'm starting to trade less of my time to generate some income, which frees up my time, increase my profits as a music artist, and boom, this is where the magic happens. A lot of people, though, they don't want to put a system in place that's going to help them save their time,
Yeah, yeah,
energy, and money, right? This is why I'm such a obsessed about systems, right? Systems.
yeah.
Save yourself some time, energy, and money. A lot of
I love it.
people, they don't want to prioritize that time or sacrifice a little bit to set up a system that can free up their time
Yeah.
as a momentum over time, right? But I took the time in, utilize some of these systems, leverage other people's assets, and the momentum just kept building like that. And till today, some of the things that I implemented a couple of years back are still paying me, and I don't even need to lift a pinky finger for the
Yeah.
money that's coming in. So that's what makes it all great,
Dude,
man.
it's so powerful. I also call it Swiss dollar sales while I sleep soundly.
Right.
And even right now, even with music, artists don't realize that that's even an asset. Of course, it has to be marketed. Of course, it has to be promoted. But because when you were talking about this stuff, it made me think, okay, yeah, like it's so true. Like I went and checked my artist.spotify dashboard right now, and it tells you how many people are listening. There's 413 people listening to my song on Spotify alone right here.
Nice.
That's what we're talking about leverage here, guys, is that the idea you do the work once, you wrote the song, build the system, right? Recommended the product, someone signs up for it, you're getting paid, and then that work is done and you continue to get paid over and over and over again. Yeah, do your thing, man.
Yeah, one second, brother. I just had to plug my laptop. I almost forgot.
Do it.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Keep going.
Um, and it made me think, I'm curious, I don't know what the timeline is for you, but I got into affiliate marketing when I was, or just online marketing when I was on tour in Japan. I was on the bullet train and I was listening to Pat Flynn, and he, really spoke to me about this stuff. And one thing that I did way back in the day, I don't do it as much anymore. I should, but I don't know if people still buy on iTunes, but you can even get an affiliate link for iTunes. So when I'm actually recommending my song, why wouldn't I use my own affiliate link for the so I get a little extra little tip, Why if someone's asking me, oh dude, like what book are you reading? Like, dude, I have friends asking, what book are you reading? What book are you reading? Here's the book I'm reading, and I log into Amazon Associates,
Yeah,
which is the affiliate program, and I recommend it. So I'm getting a little payback. And it's just
definitely.
like, anyways, I don't want to, you're the one talking about this. I just get excited about it. So sorry, I'm running off here. So
Hey, no problem, brother.
my question is, what do you think would hold an artist back from like stopping doing this or implementing this, other than being crazy and not understanding the power of systems and leveraging other people's stuff and helping people? Like, you only recommend stuff that you believe in, right?
Exactly. So the thing is, it's just about the mindset, right? Everything starts with you and what you have in your mind. If you don't change your perspective about something that can really, not only help you, but help others as well, you're just always going to stay stuck, right? One thing that one of my mentors recently told me is that in order for you to get what you want, and then he does this little chuckle thing, like you just give other people what they want. You see what I'm saying? So if you're able to turn back to yourself and be like, okay, so what is it that I'm using that's actually helping me, so that you can then, help others with it with your own perspective. I think that you can create an impact with that, and that's my goal. That's why I'm here, so that I can give you a different perspective. Like, it's kind of like when you decided that you want this specific vehicle, right? Like you say, okay, one day I want to own this car, and all of a sudden you start to see the car everywhere, right? That's because you're becoming a lot more aware of what it is that you have in your mind, and that's where it starts, right? Once you improve your mindset, and this is why I'm on an ongoing journey when it comes to improving the way that I think, what's in my head, so that I can continue to move forward, is continuously improving my mind so that I can move forward. But it's really about the mindset of saying, okay, how can I make an impact, and how can I become a problem solver for others? And when you think about it that way, it's less of being salesy or trying to put somebody onto something that they might not want. No, it's not about that. It's really about being a problem solver, recommending something that can be of value from somebody else, so that you can have impact. And you become more aware of what's going on when you do that, and it's where your mindset becomes a lot better. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just comes from you, right?
Yeah, I think the real big switch here is stop trading your time for dollars. And
Right.
because like you go to a job and you get paid at Starbucks or whatever this person's job is, but as soon as you leave there and you clock out, you're not making money. But you're talking about having your own job, recommending other people's assets, software, and like we're talking about online business here is what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
But once you make a sale, though, it can be potentially a reoccurring sale if someone's continuing to use that, right?
Especially if you're recommending that product, tool, or service, a percentage of that monthly recurring fee that they're paying because you recommended to use that product, tools, and services, then it comes to you. You see what I'm saying? And when you build the momentum on that, that's where you start to build income, yet that you don't have to trade more of your time for that money, because you recommended it once, and then as long as that person is going to keep making the payments, you get your income coming in from that.
And I want people to really understand this, because like I think it was around 2012. I don't know why I just remember that, because I was listening to guys like Michael Hyatt, and I was going for walks with my wife, and I was like, if we could just make an extra $15 a day. And he talked about how he would blog about some of the stuff that he used when he traveled, right? And like he would make a blog post about it, and then he would put an affiliate link to the luggage he used.
Right.
And so what do you think I did? I think I was touring nonstop like a beast, and I loved OGIO bags. And so I got an affiliate link for OGIOs and stuff like that, and stuff that I liked. And so I want people listening here, like, you might not fully get it yet, but it's the idea that you can start really an online business, recommending stuff. But once you've done the work, if you've done it right, you can continue to get paid over and over and over again. Like,
for example, just the tools that you're using, the gear, or you might have some equipment at home that you're using, just by recommending someone, hey, this is the microphone that I use, this is the audio interface that I use.
Yo, what mic are you using, Billy? What mic are you using right now? It sounds dope.
I'm using the Rod Podcaster. Here's the link, kind of thing. Or you can set up a resource page that has or your affiliate links on there so that people can go and shop. And there you go. You partnering with a platform like Amazon, for example, allows you to have your unique link. Yes, it's a one-off opportunity for you to get some income or a commission for that, but it can start from there. Just by you recommending some of the gear and equipment that you're using to record your music, and it can create something impactful right there too.
I'm drinking some Earl Grey tea right now, Billy. And if
Hey,
you
where'd
want
you
to know
get
what
it?
kind, I got it on Amazon, bro. You want me to send you the link?
Shay, send that over, brother. You know what
And
I
you
mean? So,
and
yeah.
dimes add up to dollars, homies. Dimes
Oh
add
yeah.
up to dollars.
Oh yeah, man.
So what else do you want to share on this, man? And what should
So
our audience do next?
in the beginning, when I got on that journey, which made me geek out a lot about all the marketing stuff, and really, I'm not. At one point, I did have to put my music on the back burner to figure out my situation, life getting in the way, and all that good stuff. But it really helped me to improve my marketing and everything. And one of the first things that I used to always ask myself is, who should I market this to, or who should I recommend this to? And somebody's thinking about it right now, and they may think about, okay, so who am I going to recommend this to? So, a few questions that you have to ask yourself is, do you think there's other people that have the same interests as you right now?
Mhm. That's
Right?
good. Yes, I think so.
Do you think there's other people that make similar music than you right now?
Yep.
Right? So it's always amazing where you go when you go somewhere random and then you hear somebody talk about something that you're interested in. It lights you up, right? It just makes you
Yeah.
like, oh wow, you like that too, dude? Man, yeah, man, I've been da, 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 da." Like it just puts you on that vibe, right? So just by leveraging other people's assets again online, like just by being social on social media, for example, you just go on one hashtag that relates to what you're doing, and you can find millions of people on there that you can be social with. And then at one point in the conversation, right, it's all about
Yep.
building relationships and being social, and being part of the conversation on social media, right? And then at one point in the conversation, you're like, hey, what tools are you using right now to build your business online, and so on and so forth? And boom, you can
Yeah.
recommend something that can be of service to them, or that can be a problem solver for
Guitar
them, and then
strings,
boom,
guitar tuner, guitar
right?
software. Like the riches are in the niches,
The
guys.
riches are in
Like
the niches,
like we talked
exactly.
about a whole bunch of stuff, but like just to get started on this is just like, you know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? Like and just an example, and it's funny, dude. I didn't even fully know exactly what we're fully going to be talking about, but like to get started making some passive income uh on here, it's a lot cheaper than real estate. Like I got sent a property that I could buy, unless this is like a turnkey company. I'm not going to talk about real estate, but
Right.
the purchase price is $113,000 so that
Yeah.
you could make cash flow of 807. Okay. Like you don't need to invest $113,000 like real estate. And I love real estate. Like I love real estate, but you can get started an online business so much cheaper and start earning income. Like
Exactly.
there's no comparison, right? Like it's just, and why not both? Like maybe you're into real estate as well. Why not both? You know what I'm saying?
And what's amazing is, it can really help you build wealth, right? What we're talking about right here is stuff that can, help increase your wealth. And a lot of people confuse being rich with being wealthy, right? Rich is, you can get $1 million today and you're $1 million rich, right? But how
Mhm.
wealthy are you, right? So wealth is measured in time and not in money, right? Not in cash,
Mhm.
because you can have $1 million today and you're $1 million rich, but if you have $100,000 of expenses every single month, then your wealth is only 10 months, right?
Yeah.
How can you
Yeah.
increase that? So right now, ask yourself that question. How can how long can you survive without doing any sort of work for money, is how wealthy you are, right? Is it
Yeah.
1 week? Is it 1 month? Is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? And how can you always continuously increase that, right? With affiliate marketing, or by you partnering with brands, influencers, and companies, by what we're sharing right here, that can help increase that. And like Grizz was saying over here, you can get into real estate and a bunch of different things. But with affiliate marketing, you can shortcut that, build a little bit of wealth from that, and then take some of that wealth and transfer it into more, and just continue to grow like that. So it
Yeah,
can
man.
be like a big, snowball effect of momentum right there to help you becoming a wealthier artist, right?
Yeah, that's a really good. I'm glad you shared that, man, because freedom is only like it's getting your time back is really what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can have money and not have the freedom because your lifestyle. And that's one thing I've always kept my lifestyle low, invest in assets and get my money working for me instead of
Exactly.
me always having to work for it, right? So that's
Right.
that's powerful. So where can people find out more about what you got going on, man, and connect with you on this stuff?
So, you know, did it ever happen to you that you got a book, and I like to read books, and you get yourself some knowledge, and then you go and implement, and then it doesn't go as planned? Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know I lost count of how many times that happened to me. But what can make a difference is when you can get close to the source, right? You can
Yeah.
get in the room with the person that creating that book or that share that knowledge with you, so that they can help you readjust and make those little tweaks that can make things work, so that you can get closer to getting some results and everything, right? So this is why I love to invest in myself to get ahead, so that I can make those proper adjustments, so that I can generate those results a little bit faster, right? Shortcut
Hmm.
myself to success with other people's assets, right? So this is why I create the Wealthy Musician Live Masterclass, where I go deep about how you can 7x your profits as an independent music artist by partnering with brands, companies, and influencers instead of just focusing on streams and album sales, right? So this is where we're going to talk about how to increase your cash flow, how to improve and become more resourceful with your music marketing, and you can start building your fan base as you become more resourceful, so that you can grow as a music artist and get to the point where you have 1,000 true fans that are paying you $100 or more per year for your music, so that you can get the support that you need for your music and everything. So if you want to know more about this, how you can get your system set up so that you can get more profits, increase your cash flow, become a wealthier musician overall, go to wealthymusician.live/manifest. Right now, you'll be able to get your ticket, and we made it special, right? If you're
Yeah,
anything like
man.
me, you like the VIP treatment, right? So I put some resources together that you won't find anywhere online. And if you're a music artist, I got a beat package that I put together with commercial rights that you'll be able to use and release on our platforms if you want, right? I also
Awesome.
have some music marketing knowledge to share with you, like the 10 minutes per day IG growth strategy, where you can go in there and instantly get some exposure with your music and grow your fan base at the same time. I also have this music freedom calculator that I put together for you people that want to get your VIP ticket for the Wealthy Musician Live Masterclass, right? And that's a calculator that I put together that allows you to know what numbers you need to know in order for you to be financially free with your music, right?
I
And on
love it.
and
That
and
sounds
on
dope, dude.
and on top of that, right? That's not all. On top of that, I found 200 minutes of straight music marketing fire by Russ. You know, independent music artist Russ. He's one of the pretty
Yeah, yeah,
successful
yeah,
independent
yeah.
artists out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I found over 200 minutes of straight marketing fire from him, and I took some exclusive notes from that, and I want to give you access to that as well, and let you know where you can go and watch them. And we're going to do a private Q&A session so that you can come in and get your questions answered, right? We're going to do that right before the event starts, 1 hour before the event starts, so that you can get that interaction with me live before everything starts, so that you can get your questions answered, get some clarity on certain things that may not be clear for you, so that I can help you push forward and move forward with your music career. So this is what you're going to get today when you get your VIP ticket for the Wealthy Musician Live Masterclass, coming up very soon. So just go to wealthymusician.live/manifest, grab your
Yeah.
ticket, and hopefully we're gonna see you in there, man.
Well, I want my ticket, man. I want those Rust notes and that stuff. I saw that, dude.
Let's
And
get
so,
it.
guys, go get that
Got you.
because that bonus itself is worth the whole investment that you make. And I want to encourage you guys to just keep investing in yourselves. I know that that ticket is a fraction of what it's worth. The very first coach wasn't the manager; it was a coach, and it was $900. And I know your thing is not $900 today. It's not even close to that, is it, Billy? Um, and
There's a lot of value there.
but the value of it is 10 times that.
Oh yeah.
And but I remember asking my wife, and I thank God that she was supportive. And I encourage you guys, get around people that support and believe in you, because we didn't have the money. But there's a difference between a broke-minded artist and a rich-minded artist, or we should say, or wealthy-minded artist. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't have that, so I'm not going to do it. But you want to say, I don't have that. How can I afford that? How can I make this
Yes.
happen? How can I make the time to show up to his master class? Make the time. Stop making excuses. Give me a break. Do you want this or don't you? I was driving to work at 6 a.m. every day, and I had it wasn't my iPhone because iPhones weren't out then, but I
Right.
had my voice recorder, and I wanted it, Billy. I wanted it so bad, and I still want it, and so I still wake up early, even though I could just retire off of my music right now, to this day,
Right.
like, but I'm just hungry because I love doing it, and so I encourage all of y'all, man, sign up with this, get the bonuses, take action on your music, get your money working for you. Stop trading your time for dollars. Get unhooked from the Babylonian system here and get plugged into what I'd like to say called God system, like freedom
Yep.
system, right? Like,
Definitely.
and so that you can have more time for your family and just even understand these principles so you can implement them with online marketing, which totally connects with music, which is just, it's just, everything is online these days. So you have to know these, I almost think, to be successful at that next level with music nowadays, in the
Definitely.
21st
Definitely,
century.
man. If all it did was to help you implement a system that would allow you to generate some more cash flow so that you can have more impact as a person and with your music, would that help? If all it did is to help you shift your mindset so that you can have a different perspective and really be aware of what's going on so that you can go towards your goal of being a successful independent music artist, would that help? If all it did is to actually show you how you can market out there and generate some income for yourself that can be passive, which means not training more of the time that you need to make your music to focus on the things that you're so passionate about and to keep moving forward and to grow and to become a better person, would that help? Well, that's exactly why I put together the Wealthy Musician Live Masterclass. Just go to wealthymusician.live/manifest. Grab your ticket right now, and hopefully, you're going to see you on the inside.
And you spelled manifest
M A
MANAFEST,
N
right?
A F E
Make
S
sure you put
T.
MANI as well too, just in case they spell it wrong.
I can do it right now, brother. I'll do it right now so that there's no mistakes.
Because people
Definitely.
are spelling my name wrong. Well, hey man, thanks so much. I appreciate your heart, man. I appreciate your golden voice and your heart, and I look forward to hearing all the success for all the artists that connect and just start building this stuff and building freedom, man. Because it's time. This is the time. Is now.
Definitely, man. Thank you for having me on your platform. And yeah, looking forward to sharing more of my knowledge and wisdom to them. Let's get it.